Hopefully this is running. That's my personal. All right, cool. So now I can check the chat. Um, where's the? Oh my goodness, there's some change. There's been some changes to this thing. Okay, well, while I wait for this, guys, what up? It's your boy Donald Jordan S Time Productions with another video here. This is just a quick live video that I'm doing tonight. I'm doing some tests on some microphones on a microphone that I got back from repair. This is the Warm Audio WA87. I was having issues where, so for some of you guys that are in the industry, um, will know plosives I was having where I was the capsule apparently was from what the warm audio has told me is being overdriven, and there was a cold solder that they went and repaired, and things looked like it was fine and dandy after repair. But I'm getting this very like, if I push it too far, it will under I don't know if it's somewhere in the sound pressure level, it will literally duck down and take like a whole like a long time just to get the testing back up again. So I wanted to do my own constructive test again, and do it live and see how people see it. Um, Currently, right now, that's currently being muted right now, but I'm about to unmute him right now. Is my man Croy Weezy, aka Terrible Sarah, aka Elias. Currently being muted right now. Hang on one second, as I'm trying not to hear myself. And Croy is currently on live. Croy, say what's up to people.
In the words of the infamous Method Man, what up, my people, weeple?
Jesus. This is why I keep him muted. Anyhow, so the premise of what we're going to try to do here tonight is I'm going to run a couple tests doing a couple verses. I will mute the mic, and we're going to test this just on regular vocals first. They told me initially when I got the repair and I was experiencing the same things to use a pop filter. So I used currently I have the best pop filter that you can pretty much use on this. This is the Array ISO Bubble, which is a double layered mesh pop filter. Obviously, there's a little bit of holes here, so it's gone through its course. But I have this running, and it is currently being laid on here with a ISO chamber behind it. So I'm going through all the stops for this mic. Now I had a smaller one that I wanted to use that I've been using for the last couple of weeks with my AT20 2020. I never know what this mic is. So
It is a 2020.
Sorry, 2035. 2035.
Oh,
The one I have. So this is Audio Technica's AT2035. I got this from eBay as a used device. I did try to go through my own sensor repair for it. It sounded really well. It's gone through its courses. It's pushed the limits. It's worked fine. I spent a lot of money for this mic. I want to make sure that this mic works and works properly. So if anything goes wrong, I have it in recording. I have it live, and I have it for everyone to see. That way I can have it as video evidence. So if you guys like the video that I'm trying to push out so far, leave a comment, leave questions, leave your input during this live. I love to hear from you guys and interact with you guys. Currently, I am live on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of a song, and hopefully I don't mess up the words of something that I wrote, but I wanted to make sure that it was something. My man Alex and Rodriguez Carlos, what's going on? What's going on, peoples? Um, like I said, I'm just gonna go through and just do some testing with this and see how this works. Again, this is the Warm Audio WA87. We're gonna do a little bit of a test here. So far, so good. I don't have any issues, but again, I don't like personally. This is my main issue with using this microphone. Using this bubble in specifics. When I'm trying to do regular live streams and things like that, I don't like using this bubble. This bubble is like an eyesore. It gets in the way. It causes issues. I like it. I love it to record. I just don't like it when I'm live streaming because you all you're seeing is this big old dome in front of me and not much of my face. So I want to make sure that everybody can see and hear me. So but we'll worry about that in another time. So I'm gonna switch over to my Ableton preset, and I'm just gonna do a verse of this. I'm gonna mute the mic. I'm gonna tell you what the settings are in just a second. Currently, my microphone is on Phantom Power engaged on it. This is on currently channel 2, even though it's channel 1 on here. I have it at 36 plus 36 decibels. EQ settings that I have currently on it right now, which is not, far as I know, being transferred over to the actual recording. So we're really going to get the raw recording of this without any post-processing. Pre-processing before it gets to the source. It's really just going to be the raw audio that we're getting out of here as I speak. We'll get a little bit of reverb, but I really want to see what the waveforms do, and I'm just hoping that I don't get an overdraw from the capsule to where it drops the volume so low where it sounds like it's doing noise suppression. So we're gonna test that out a little bit. So let me go and mute Croy real quick. So once again, let's looking at the settings again. I have 36 decibels up. EQ right now I have at a 107 cut. I'll get this low cut out of here. I don't really need much of this. I just want it to, so we'll turn that engage off. So most of this is going to be all we'll do in this setup here. So what else we got going on? Okay, that's being set up. That's being set up, and there is compression is not being engaged as we speak. No compression being engaged, just the EQ and having this set. So I'll do a quick regular test for hey 1 2 1 2 hey 1 2 hey 1 2. Okay, so settings that I have currently on the microphone right now. I have it on. This is a 3-set polar pattern mic. I have it currently on cardioid with the low cut engaged, and the the dB pad is off. So there is not a 10 dB cutoff on here. All right, so now I have the pop filter back on. Test. I'm gonna turn this EQ down and test 1. So we're gonna go about 92. So I'm at 0 right now. Again, I'm at 36 decibels as we speak. So we want to make sure that this is the right level. I'm gonna go ahead and speak it on here. And then I'm gonna mute myself on this end. Mute myself on this end. Then you guys are just gonna hear me do a verse of this song real quick, and then we'll go from there. Sitting here all alone, I'm wondering if it's worth it, and I'm I gotta keep remembering that the hard work has paid off. It's paid off, paid off. My hard work is paid off. And I'm on my knees and I'm saying thank God for this payoff. All right, so that's pretty much the gist. By the way, you'll hear more of that song coming up soon with the band Revive that I got. Okay, now you guys can hear me in my regular voice again, so you guys don't have to hear the backgrounds. So let's check the vocal. So far so good. Volume's very low, as expected. I think there's a lot of times where I have to overdrive this because of the Behringer's preamp setting out to cards are lower than I personally like, only because I've had some issues with this being just being a pain. So let's turn that down. Let's see what that does. If I turn that down, all right, and I'm still at 36. So nothing, like I said, nothing really has changed yet. So let's listen to the vocal on its own. I'm going to turn off the reverb, and we're just gonna listen to this and see where it's at. Sitting here all alone, I'm wondering if it's worth it, and I'm calling my friends on the phone, asking if I'm perfect. It's so funny how you in so deep with yourself while everybody else sees surface. Everybody else sees surface. I'm putting this paper to pen, writing down my feelings and emotions flowing from within. Why the ink is bleeding, second guess me. All right, just so for reference, I'm just letting you guys know that the volume has been turned up on the excuse me, hang on one second here. I just want to make sure that people can be heard. So microphone 1 and 2. Okay. Microphone is currently engaged. I just turned it up 7 dB just to try to get some level gain out of here because it just seems like it's very low. Croy, you still with us?
I am, yeah.
Okay. All right. So obviously you're probably gonna hear it at a different quality. But so far from what I'm hearing, I don't see any issues. Say that I'm a failure is way off. I gotta keep remembering that the hard work has paid off. So far, I don't see any issues. And like I say, this is not me trying to just show up. I'm just show up anybody or trying to put anybody, put people who are part of repair. I just have a concern because this is outside of the normal activity that I've usually done with these mics, and I want to make sure that it's being used and used properly. Test 1, 2. I'm at 36 decibels right now on the regular incline, and I'm barely getting under negative 20 decibels according to the meter. So if let's turn this up to 40. Test 1, 2. Check 1, 2. All right. So far so good. Again, it's working perfectly fine. So I'm curious as if the real issue is using a cheaper pop filter like this. Hang on, let me go and switch over to camera mode. So I wonder if using a cheap pop filter like this is part of the problem, because I'm not seeing or hearing any of the same issues that I was experiencing before. So I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna use the other pop filter and see if I have that same issue. Okay, so I currently have so I'm trying to put it around the same distance. I currently have a cheaper, obviously you can see like a closer form of a pop filter that I'm using. So it's more open concept and it's close to the mic. So obviously anything pushes to that. So I'm gonna try to sing that same verse again, but I'm gonna redo, delete, undo the clips, and I'm just gonna do that verse again, and we're just gonna go from there. And let me go mute Croy one more time. And we're gonna go back to here. And I'm just gonna sing the same verse. And I'm just going to just use this pop filter. So that everybody knows this was one with the ISO bubble pop filter. I'm going to say PF for pop filter. This one is just a close open pop filter. So you see the top is not being covered. Same settings. I'm currently right now at 40, so I'm going to turn this back down to 30. I believe it was 33 or 36. 33, I think it was. Test 1, 2, test. All right, so we're going to try this again, and I'm just going to use the same verses. Sitting here all alone, wondering if it's worth it, and I'm calling my friends on the phone, asking if I'm perfect. It's so funny how you in so deep with yourself, while everybody else sees surface. Everybody else sees surface. I'm putting this paper to writing down my feelings and emotions flowing from within. While the ink is bleeding, second guess myself. The hills I gotta climb, but I forgot the hills and the valleys that's behind. To say that I'm a failure is way off. I gotta keep remembering that the hard work has paid off. Okay, so back into vocal mode again, and we're gonna mute this. We're gonna turn this off. We're gonna go and listen, so this in, and I'm gonna turn off automation off of this, and we're gonna listen to the vocal. Now, I tried to do my best to have this around the same settings, so let's listen to it. Sitting here all alone, reverb off, wondering if it's worth it, and I'm calling my friends on the phone, asking if I'm perfect. It's so funny how you in so deep with yourself, while everybody else sees surface. Everybody else sees surface. I'm putting this paper to pen. So obviously you can tell I'm just trying to push this thing to its kind of its limit. Only not for the and is I'm not doing this for the fact of boom right there. So obviously you can probably tell that you could just hear a little bit of the difference between my voice between at that current moment, the moment that I just did a blow. Now that might be because I'm way too close to it, or I'm not close enough. But it just seems testing 1 2. Um, most of what you're experiencing right now is the automatic low cut that's being engaged. So that my low cut that I'm doing right now is not doing anything because anything under, from what it looks like, that 110 or some odd hertz is already being taken out. Now, if I were to turn that off, I wonder what the differences of that may be. But obviously, you can see that the moment that I went and did that, it did a little bit of a pop frequency, did that, overwritten the capsule, and from what they tell me, it's recharging itself. So I want to make sure. Oops, sorry, turn that off. I want to make sure that whatever is being done right, and I'm not having any type of weird issues with the microphone. So, um, Crow, do you have any comments or questions from what you may have heard? Because there is a point at this time. So I don't know how long we've been recording. I want to say, let's see, 22 minutes. So anytime, somewhere between the 20 and 21 mark, I will look back at this video and probably start to notice that there was a plosive there that I did. Um, Now, mind you, I'm pushing. Obviously, I'm purposefully pushing this thing because I don't want it to be a test. You know, actually, you know what I could do is now override the side chain here. So let's do. I do have. What do I have here for volume on here? Is there properties? Nope. Properties is good. Filters is good. So I do have 8 dB of gain right now in a limiter that's going on this thing. That way I could just get some sound because it's everything is just so produced so low. Now I tested this on multiple mics. I was having the same issue. Now mind you, uh, my SPL runs a little bit harsher when I'm using the Audio Technica 2035. Um, but I'm curious as if to obviously um, as I've seen people right on top of the mic for the proximity effect. The moment I said proximity, this thing just went haywire, and I have a pop filter on it. Proximity effect, pop 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 pop, right? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. So all of my sound is been dropped. So I don't know what level of sensitivity this thing is having to where it's reached a certain level where it just wants to drop. And I'm trying to give this thing the silence of time so it can come back to normal. Um, I've never experienced this level of sensitivity with this microphone before, which is causing concern. So obviously you can hear the moment that I go on top of the mic and there's the proximity. Now I could turn this gain down. Proximity effect, and obviously it's no matter what I do, it's still gonna cause that same issue. As I'm currently waiting for this thing to recharge again. This is literally like you waiting for a complete silence. Which, if I'm in a actual recording session, and trying to go behind drums or whatever, or trying to record drums, I'm not gonna have that luxury of having to wait until it gets overdrawn. I need something that's gonna be able to push that. So, um, this can be a cause personally for me, a cause of concern. Um, that my that I'm having this slight delay, and I'm waiting for absolute silence for this thing to get back into normal. Like there is some type of noise suppression going on within this mic on the capsule. I just so obviously um it's a concern of personally of mine of why this thing is acting weird. So uh Crow, I'm not sure if you noticed that if you noticed a couple things after I was speaking, it if it overdrove, you heard a pop, and then like my voice went really down, way down low afterwards.
I don't think so. I don't remember hearing anything like that.
Okay, so we'll go back into the recording and kind of test this and see what it does. I do have more content that I got gonna have prepared for you guys soon. I'm pretty much just waiting, just to try to do more prep right now with the band and more projects that I'm doing. So I'll keep you guys posted on a lot of that stuff. But thank you guys for the few of you who got a chance to sit down and watch this, and um, hopefully. I get the data that I need, and hopefully you guys get the data that you need. This is the limited edition black model of the original Warm Audio WA87. This is a discontinued product. This product is no longer on sale. The models are now the R2 versions that are for sale of these. So just look into that. If you're thinking about buying one of these, there is an R2 version. At the time of this recording, it is $699, so roughly around $700. So just keep that in mind. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna kind of do some data on this, and we'll kind of go from there. Speak everything into existence, invest, and evolve, and evolve. Have a good night, everyone.